Shivaya Natha Shivaya, Nitaya Shashvataya Cha, Nirgunaya Nirakritaya, Bhutanataya Te Namaha. In the stillness before sound, before stars, before thought itself, there was only that, eternal, unborn, unending. From this silence emerged the pulse of creation, and from that pulse, the dance of the divine. At the heart of this cosmic rhythm stands Lord Śiva, formless yet taking form, still yet ever dancing, fierce yet boundless in compassion. He is not born as mortals are. He does not descend to bind himself in illusion, but to shatter it. His incarnations are not shackled by karma. They are sparks of grace sent to awaken, test, and transform. In every age, when darkness gathers and the soul forgets its source, Lord Śiva comes, not always with trident or ash, but sometimes cloaked in rags, sometimes in silence, sometimes as fire, and sometimes as wind. These are not mere tales. They are maps, mirrors, whispers of truth calling through the corridors of time. To listen to them is to remember who we are beneath the dust of forgetting. What follows is a journey, not outward, but inward. A path lit not by reason, but by the inner flame. Through sages and warriors, ghosts and kings, lovers and ascetics, Lord Śiva reveals the eternal dance between illusion and truth, ego and surrender, time and timelessness. Let the stories of Lord Shiva's incarnations begin, not to entertain, but to awaken, not to teach, but to transform. These are not stories of the past. They are the living presence of the infinite, calling each soul home. Lord Shiva's incarnation's tale begins with Durvāsa, the fierce sage born of fiery tapas, a paradox of Lord Shiva's wrath and compassion. His anger serves transformation, not destruction. When he tested King Ambarisha's patience, he revealed the power of forbearance. In another story, Draupadi's desperate surrender moves Lord Krishna to miraculously satisfy Durvāsa's hunger, preserving her honor. Through such trials, Durvāsa becomes a vessel of divine grace, burning away complacency and awakening deeper surrender. He is not a destroyer, but a purifier, reflecting Lord Shiva's fierce compassion where ego dissolves and the soul blooms. From the purifying fire of divine will arose Hanūmat, the mighty Vanara, born not of earthly union, but from Shiva's very essence. Tatascha samaye tasmat Hanūma niti nama bhak Shambhur jagne kapitanur mahabala parakrama. At the destined time, from Lord Śiva was born Hanūmat, known for his noble conduct, endowed with immense strength and heroic valor. Anointed by 7 great rishis, sages, and infused with the brilliance of the sun god, Hanūmat's greatest strength flowed from Mahādev's eternal breath within. Though fierce and mighty, Hanūmat's true power was humility and unwavering devotion to Lord Rama, the embodiment of Dharma. He was not born for conquest or glory, but for sacred service, bhakti in its purest form. When he leapt across the ocean to the Lanka, it was love, not pride, that moved him. Every act was an offering, every breath a garland of faith. Even in battle, he remained surrendered, attributing all strength to Lord Rama's grace. Hanūmat teaches the deepest truth of yoga, union beyond body and mind, where ego dissolves into the eternal. His leap symbolizes the soul's journey across illusion, fueled by faith and not arrogance. Strength without pride, wisdom without boastfulness. He is the breath between devotion and action, service and surrender. To meditate on Hanūmat or Hanuman is to see how an emptied heart becomes a vessel of the infinite. His fearless devotion reveals the highest ideal, that true power is selfless love. Walking his path is offering all at the divine's feet and finding life's fullness in that surrender. Lord Shiva's divine Leela took a darker, mysterious turn in the fierce form of Bhairava, the terrifying yet compassionate protector who pulses at the threshold between form and formlessness, life and death. Bhairava is not merely a destroyer of evil. He severs the ego within a single glance and shatters illusion with roaring silence. Yet, even this fierce wisdom crossed a sacred boundary. In an act of cosmic justice, born not of malice but necessity, Bhairava severed the fifth head of Lord Brahma, the Creator, who had grown proud and false. But the universal law demanded balance. No one, not even Bhairava, escaped karma's touch. As punishment, he was cast into the world as Vaitāla, a ghostly wanderer bearing Lord Brahma's skull as a begging bowl, condemned to roam the cremation grounds until his sin dissolved. No longer the thunderous deity of cosmic order, Vaitāla became the shadow between worlds, a spectre among ashes and forgotten bones. Yet, this fall was no mere descent, it was purposeful. Cloaked in eerie silence, he roamed not in punishment but penance, not as menace but as mirror, revealing that even the brightest light must sometimes walk through darkness to guide others toward dawn. Vaitāla's tale whispers to those burdened by grief or guilt. Atonement is not exile, but return. Even those fallen from great heights can rise, not by erasing the past, but by transmuting it into wisdom. From restless spirit to a silent guardian, Vaitāla became protector of liminal spaces, crossroads, graveyards, thresholds where the known ends and the unknowable begins. To meditate on Vaitāla is to embrace the ghost within, the part exiled by shame or regret, and bring it back into grace's circle. His story reminds us no soul is truly lost. Redemption is not a price for the pure, but a homecoming for the sincere. In Bhairava's fall and Vaitāla's rise, we glimpse one of Lord Shiva's most haunting truths. Divinity enters shadow, not to be consumed by it, but to redeem it from within. The divine walks through karma for us, with us, as us, turning curse into clarity, guilt into growth, death into awakening. Lord Shiva appears in silent majesty, embodying still strength that upholds the cosmos. As Vrishabha, the secret bull, he stands as the eternal symbol of truth, peace, and fortitude. Vrishabha's power is patient and steady, not restless or hasty. When Lord Vishnu, the great preserver, once slipped into pride over his vast deeds, it was Lord Shiva, as the bull, who silently reminded even the gods that humility is the highest dharma. Without rage or boast, Vrishabha stood firm, his stillness a living sermon. In that moment, Lord Vishnu bowed, not in defeat, but in reverence for truth. Vrishabha showed that true greatness lies not in conquest, but in humble strength. As Lord Shiva's Vahana, vehicle, the bull carries the weight of cosmic law with measured steps. His breath, the rhythm of patience. His horns curved like a crescent moon, a symbol of fierce gentleness. To behold Vrishabha is to witness the dignity of stillness, the courage of restraint, and the quiet majesty of truth. He is the silent axis around which the universe's dance revolves. Thus, Lord Shiva as Vrishabha teaches that humility is not weakness, but the divine's hidden backbone, one to whom all, God or sage, must eventually bow. And then came Pippalāda, a sage born not of lineage, but from the sacred fire of sacrifice. His birth forged in divine austerity and unwavering resolve. From the start, his presence shimmered with the power of renunciation and silent strength. Guided by Shanidev, Saturn, the stern teacher of karma, Pippalāda's path was marked by harsh trials. Yet, like a meteor blazing through darkness, he advanced with steady devotion, illuminating fate's shadows. Pippalāda's life shows that even the cold grip of destiny and relentless karma can be softened and transformed by steadfast surrender and meditation. Pippalāda did not rebel against time's harshness. He embraced it, bending with grace rather than breaking. Through him, we learn that the fixed stars themselves can be influenced by a soul's fire. His tapas, the meditation, was sacred alchemy, turning hardship into spiritual gold. Pippalāda's journey reveals surrender as the cosmos' mightiest force, shifting fate's orbits and leading the seeker beyond birth and death. He stands as a beacon to all facing life's tests, showing that transformation comes not from resistance, but from devotion and inner surrender. In Nandigrama lived Mahānandā, a beautiful courtesan deeply devoted to Lord Shiva. She worshipped him daily with song, dance, rudrakshas, and joyful rituals. sometimes even involving her pet monkey and a rooster in her devotional acts. To test her devotion, Lord Śiva took the form of a merchant, Yatinātha, wearing Rudraksh and a dazzling gem-studded bangle. Mahānandā desired that bangle, and he agreed to give it in exchange for her companionship as his wife for 3 days, a vow she made solemnly. He then entrusted Mahānandā with a precious linga, asking her to protect it. And that night, a fire willed by Lord Śiva engulfed her dancing hall, destroying the linga. In grief, Lord Śiva, in the form of the merchant Yatinātha, declared he would enter the flames. Mahānandā, honoring her vow, prepared to follow him into the fire. At that minute, Lord Śiva revealed his divine form, pleased by her truth, courage, and devotion. Mahānandā asked not for heaven or pleasure, but only for eternal nearness to Lord Śiva. Moved by compassion, Lord Śiva granted her liberation and took her and her household to his divine abode. Mahānandā teaches that authentic surrender and fearless truthfulness are the purest offerings to the divine. With courage, even the hardest roads become paths to liberation. Her radiant spirit shines as a beacon for all who feel cast aside, reminding us that the divine love honors the sincere heart above all. In the next incarnation as Dvijeśvara, the humble Brahmana, Lord Śiva tested King Bhadrayu, a steadfast guardian of dharma who remained unshaken amid life's trials. His righteousness was a quiet, steady glow, embodying the truth that dharma is often upheld in silence, away from praise or blame, yet shapes the world like a sacred river's flow. Through this test, Lord Śiva shows that true virtue needs no recognition, only unwavering commitment, humility, and faithfulness. King Bhadrayu's life teaches that silent devotion to dharma creates ripples that sustain existence. Thus, as Dvijeśvara, Lord Śiva honors those who walk the quiet path, reminding us that greatness lies in steadfastness, not spectacle. As Yatinātha, the serene ascetic, Lord Śiva appeared before the devoted couple, Ahuka and Ahuka, whose selfless hospitality and love embodied true seva. Welcoming every guest as the divine, their humble kindness summoned divine grace. Disguised as a swan, Lord Śiva tested their hearts and rewarded their devotion with immortality. Their story teaches that the path to the divine lies not in grand rituals, but in simple acts of genuine love and service. In Yatinātha's presence, we remember that every humble offering holds sacred power, and true devotion flows from a heart open to all. Nabaga, a cast aside and betrayed by his brothers, faced loss not just of wealth but of heart. Yet, through Lord Śiva, incarnated as Kṛṣṇadarśana, he awakened into a deeper truth. True inheritance lies not in possessions, but in wisdom, surrender, and inner peace. His suffering became a doorway to spiritual awakening, revealing that letting go of worldly attachments opened the soul to divine abundance. Nabhaga's story reminds us that loss can lead to the greatest gain, the eternal wealth of the spirit. In the next incarnation, Lord Śiva, wild and unclothed, appeared as Avadhuteshvara, stripped of all worldly coverings, radiant with the raw fire of renunciation. In this fierce, primal form, he stood naked before the cosmos, burning away illusion with the silent blaze of inner truth. Even Indra, the king of the gods, was humbled, his pride shattered not by force, but by the searing presence of tapas meditation. When the demon Jalandhara threatened cosmic order, Lord Shiva's victory came not through weapons, but through the austere, unshakable power of spiritual discipline. Avadhuteshvara reveals that the truest strength is silent and inward, born of self-mastery. Liberation is not won on battlefields, but within, by shedding ego, embracing truth, and standing bare before the infinite. We will continue to learn more about Lord Shiva's incarnations in the next episode as well. May these radiant manifestations of Mahādeva, fiery, tender, hidden, and glorious, awaken the sacred remembrance within us all. Lord Śiva walks with kings and beggars, dances in silence and flame, appears in shadow and light, not to be worshipped from afar, but to be realized within. In every trial, he is the witness. In every surrender, he is the grace. In every flame of devotion, he is the light. Let the stories of Lord Śiva not end with the telling, but begin in the heart that listens. For his path is not one of arrival, but of eternal return into love, into stillness, into truth. Bow down to Lord Śiva not just in ritual, but in being. Chant not only with lips, but with life. And walk ever inward, where the destroyer of illusion waits, not to judge, but to dissolve, to liberate, to embrace. May Lord Śiva, the supreme consciousness, ever shine through our thoughts, actions, and breath. Let us return again and again to the flame that never dies. May Mahādeva bless us all. Keep seeking, keep chanting, keep surrendering. Om Namah Shivaya.